this is our team right now up here. It's not a bad team, it's pretty good actually. We haven't done one of these challenges since, it's been like 3 years, so I'm happy we have any participation. It is in a lot of ways a paleo challenge. You're just going to start with that, which is like a dirty word. But you can make it whatever you want. So what's cool is that there's a little bit of flexibility, so you don't have to go full paleo with this. So what we're going to talk about, there's two big diets with this, the classic and the macro diet, both of which have sub-diet levels, so you can really tailor it to like what your diet philosophy is. It turns out diets like religion and politics. We'll talk about how the workouts are going to work, go over some of the sample meal plans, give you guys a little Q&A, and then we'll do measurements. I got tape measures and all sorts of stuff. So this is the fitness answer, why to do it. So this is CrossFit's theoretical pyramid of fitness. Nutrition is the foundation of it. Sports at the very top. Sport, think either, not just like football, soccer, but also just competing in CrossFit. That's a sport too. So I don't think I need to sell it very much that if you put good fuel in your body, you perform better. I think you guys, you're all pretty experienced in here. That you know when you treat yourself better versus losing the night before, your body works better. All right, this is the other reason. I can help. All right, everybody, body composition. So that's the second set of goals, which I think is. Hello, Eve. Welcome.
Hi.
Holy crap, you're 10. Perfect timing. Okay, so these are, I think that it's two good reasons for a lot of people. We got Rich, Jason. Who's the guy on the left? Nobody? I can't tell who it is. It's like it was like 2 years ago before this one. What is the challenge? Yeah, no. All right. There's two paths. It's a clean diet challenge. One of which is concerned with quality. The other of which the macro focus is concerned with quality and quantity. More on that. Fitness measurements. There's a baseline workout. There's a bunch of workouts in between. And then you do the baseline workout at the end. So it's kind of like the Open where you submit your scores every week, and it just kind of gamifies it and makes the amount of participation a little more engaging. All right, body measurements we're going to do today and on the way out. Community, that's you guys around here. We're going to put you guys on a Facebook group too, if Melissa hasn't already added you. Did anybody get the invite?
Yeah.
I didn't check my Facebook yet. All right. And what I really like about it is like the online systems are really, really good. It's like the Open. You get to put your points in. You also track your days, so it like kind of like encourages you to be good. And then all that leads to results. So this is the classic diet, which is really, you don't have to weigh and measure your foods. Whereas, hey, down. You just have to make sure you're not putting crap in your body. It's really that simple. Elite is, I'm gonna call it paleo because it's paleo. It's like real paleo. Jay was here this morning. It's like Jay paleo.
Oh.
Yeah. And seriously, if anybody ever has any paleo questions, ask Jay because he can provide you the dogma around why it is what it is. Pro, what I like about Pro is it kind of has a lot of the big things people like disagree with paleo, like rice and stuff. It's allowable. You just have to understand what you're getting yourselves into. When you do that, like chickpeas, like they seem pretty fine. The reason chickpeas aren't technically paleo is you can't eat them raw. You have to cook chickpeas for them to be edible. So it's not something that like would function in the paleo structure, but I think they're okay. So like Pro has allowances for that. So if you really feel like you have like really really strong objections to certain paleo dogma things, go ahead and consider that. And starter is probably good for either you really want a lot of allowances, like you can't do without your yogurt in the morning. That's dairy. Dairy's not paleo. Starter may be more manageable, and it's also the first time they've ever done something like this. They'll probably get a lot of results just out of pulling the bad stuff out, and then you can see if you want to go deeper down the rabbit hole. All right, so this is cropped a little bit off, but so you have starter, pro, and elite. So to give you an idea of something, Kerrygold grass-fed butter. It's okay on the starter. It's dairy. Moderation on pro. To cheat on elite. So it kind of limits the things you can cook with. Where like ghee you're allowed to cook with on the elite side. And you can go through that. And what I like is, can somebody give me a food they're curious? Is it paleo or does it work on the challenge? Anything.
Peanut butter.
Peanut butter. Somebody's already asked that. Okay, cool. So now it explains a bunch of things. So just straight peanut butter, category legumes, starter, okay, pro, moderation, elite, cheat. So with a lot of the more common asked stuff and commonly asked things, it explains. So legumes contain phytates, slow prevent absorption of food nutrients. I'm sure that makes sense. All right, so let's do something else. I also like just showing. If you put food questions into here, pizza. All right, we know pizza's not good, but it kind of like gives you an idea that like, what's that? It's a big legend. Dollar slice is it paleo? But it kind of points you towards, hey, there are some really good recipes that are actually pretty good that are challenge friendly. So use a food search, also so we don't get inundated with questions. That's part of this online thing is there's recipes and resources, but it just keeps everybody the same thing. All right, so moving along, this is what your day looks like on a classic diet. You log in to the results, or not results, on the top over here. You'll log in up here, enter results, and I can't do it yet because it's challenge hasn't officially started, but you'll do it here. And then you just write for this period I had whatever, you don't even have to write in what you had, just what characterized the period. What I like about this too is a lot of people are like, oh, what if I screwed up the day? You know, like I'm just gonna drink a 6-pack now and eat a pie of pizza and I'm just gonna go into like, you know, sad oblivion. And that's not the case. You just mark that period as a cheat and you get on with the challenge. I like that too. Anybody ever heard of like Chad thinking? Cold, homeless, alone and dead. Like you make one mistake and it just like snowballs. That's not the case, obviously. Everybody knows that. So I like that encourages just getting back on the wagon. All right, the macro diet. This is harder. Okay, you need to first calculate your macros. What I like about this is if you're doing another thing like RP strength or something, and you have macros generated from somewhere else, then it's still compatible. You just put in your target macros. The calculator, which I'll show you in a second, if you're trying to bulk, if you're trying to cut, if you're trying to just maintain your weight and eat healthier, you just get a better idea what you're putting in your body. It works with all those things. You got to measure the food, record the results, and this also has 2 sub-diet paths. So here's what that calorie macro calculator looks like. And if you go up here, it's right here. All right, so I did myself, put in gender, weight, height, age, activity level. I'm not 30, it's my spirit. It's bullshit. Give me an extra year. All right, and your goal. And then what I also like is, it'll just do this up here. It cuts it into different, one second. It gives you like different options, how many meals you want to eat a day, what works for your lifestyle. Like I think having snacks available, we'll talk more about this in a second, is like really helpful. So 3 meals, 3 snacks, and then gives you different rest day breakdowns. So on workout days, you're going to need more carbs essentially to fuel your workout. And also after workout, carbs are great, so just refill your energy stores. So super dialed in compared to just the classic diet, but also you put in the work, the results will be there. And like I said, you can, once you get the target stuff, you'll go into, I'll come back to this. The targets go here, and then each day when you log your day, you just put in your macros. Does anybody use any like calorie calculating apps? You MyFitnessPal? Anybody else? Anything? Yeah, I've been getting, that seems the most popular one. And rather than like Lurong has like spreadsheets where you can enter it, just use MyFitnessPal. Or there's somebody else. I think somebody. Chris, did you recommend an app for calculating macros?
I don't, but I know that other people have one.
There are a few on there.
I think like My Macros is another one. There's a few on
There are
here.
a few on the website that are suggested.
Yeah, so play around with that. Get it on your phone because you have your phone on you all the time, and that's a lot easier, I think.
Wait, alright. If you don't choose the macro level diet, does it still give you the option to enter it? Like if you're
It does not.
okay,
It just has the
pro.
cheat, starter pro, whatever. Yeah.
So this one is instead of the first stuff you showed us, elite, starter.
Exactly. So for this one, it has 2 diet paths in the macro. It has the starter and the pro, and it's essentially just a little. Pro is pure paleo, and then the starter has like the big exceptions that people get in arms about. And so like to go back here, here's the starter breakdown. So like butter, moderation on starter, moderation on pro. But grass-fed butter, so it's a little bit more allowable. Because like Greek yogurt, people get like really, that's just a big one. People are into Greek yogurt. That's cool. And if you look at it from a paleo like spectrum and understanding, it's got the enzymes in there, so it's not really as bad as like totally processed whole milk that has like nothing left in it. Just like I said, you can delve into that separately. All right. So anyhow, so once you have your target macros, you got to calculate what went into your day. We're just talking about the apps. Those are great. You can just scan a barcode and it tells you. Or after you do this for a little while, you don't need to really weigh and measure your food. You can just look at it and you have a pretty good idea of what you're putting in your body. So here's a template with some like basic stuff, and they have a lot of other resources in here, but it just allows you to calculate, and you can kind of. Has like anybody ever done Zone before? If you look at a plate and you have your protein, your carbs, and your fat, whether it's like nuts or olive oil, just get good at eyeballing it. So the first week's probably gonna be really hard if you do choose the macro diet and you've never done this before, but by week 2, you're totally gonna get what's going on. Okay. Workouts. So there's really 5 workouts, but there's 6. There's the pre-one, the Olympian we did on Saturday, just to give people an idea of what it looks like with 3 different levels. The benchmark, it's probably gonna get released tomorrow, and we'll do it as the whole gym on Wednesday. And then that repeats at the end of the challenge. Some other stuff going on the waterfall spreadsheet here. You can also like set, it'll ask you to set goals in Lurong when you log in and some other stuff. Go ahead and do that, and then you get to reflect at the end. So I'm sure with anything else, the more you put into this, the more you'll get out of it. But if that seems like a lot, like progress photos, and you're just, that's more than you want to buy into, that's fine too. All right. So I don't think I'm gonna read this. Here's anybody like going through the meal plans? I like that. Last time we did, they didn't have this level of resources. So if you're not like a great shopper, you're not a great cook, whatever, and you just want to be told like what do I buy and like what do I eat, this is awesome. It literally has everyday options, and it does smart stuff. It teaches you like good habits for down the road. So like it'll be like, all right, make these shrimp sheet pan fajitas, and then eat them for lunch the next day. Which like if you get into meal prepping, on like Sundays you cook a bunch of stuff or something. It's just really easy, just way easier than it sounds. But initially it's super terrifying. Does anybody do that? Does anybody like make like meals for the whole week? You guys? There's 6 a.m.ers too. It's super disciplined and it pays off. I need to go there. Where was I? So I made the zucchini pancakes the other day at work, and we also had it was like a pancake roll. Somebody made like just like the Costco whatever we have. We compared them, and everybody liked the zucchini pancakes. They're filled with bacon. I mean, it's like super. It's not that surprising. So the recipes are actually good. I made Melissa freaking chicken wrapped with bacon and like a paleo mustard, and like she was like, "This is amazing." So like the recipes are actually pretty good. I was a little resistant, but I decided to try some of the stuff out, and like I just like cooking without recipes. But there's good stuff in here, so play around. And now let's be honest. For those of you who doesn't cook, what are you guys doing? Yeah, it's fine. There's a billion options out there. There's that fridge, super convenient. Just order stuff and shows up in the fridge. It's like magic. Anybody ever been in the You?
It's right by my office.
Right by your
Great.
office? Yeah.
It's really good.
Like everything in there is like good to go for the most part. They do what they want. Who's never been there? What? All right, it's on 5th and 13th.
Caroline's New Year's. Yeah, it's unfair.
Yeah, everything
It's
is
expensive, but
who's been to the Whole Foods on Bauer? All right, there's like a paleo like section, and it literally says paleo. I was surprised when I saw that. There's literally the whole freezer or fridge area cooler to paleo. So there's tons of options close by. It's like probably the easiest place to eat out. Who travels for work? Yeah, it's a lot harder. And that's probably like who brings their food to work? All right, so for me, that's the biggest, like, my heart space is work because I'm surrounded by, like, cheesecakes and, like, really, like, tasty, delicious things. And, you know, people look at you funny if you eat, like, healthy food, or what's the matter with you, like, what's not good for you. Like, so, preparing for success is going to prevent you from failure. Yeah. All right, what happens next? All right, this is your time to ask questions.
If we miss any of the wads in the middle, like except for the first and last one, is that going to be a problem? Okay.
Yeah, it's not the opening, but it's like, it's,
So yesterday's wasn't the best.
no, it was like a pre-wad, so you could actually like, we could have logged those results like a week ago, but like it already closed the submissions by the time I noticed it. It was fun. Did that work out yesterday? That's pretty intense, right?
Yeah.
It's a good workout.
So there's gonna be a special workout
And I thought it was going to be
Yes, on Wednesdays.
every Wednesday.
Yep. And it's gonna be every class time.
What's that?
It's gonna be every class time.
Did you do our
Okay, right, yeah. And then if you don't make it, it's not a big deal. Yeah.
I mean, when you put your results in, you're also competing against other people in each level 3, 2, and 1 for the workouts. So it's one of those things where it turns out if you just do all of them, your ranking's actually pretty high. So like just those little things I like about this that kind of makes you want to be a little more not compliant, but like go on. Keep going. Questions?
I know this is like soy is nowhere near paleo, but can you do it with the non?
Let's take one. Okay. Research. It's probably gonna be okay on the starter. Yeah, soy milk. Bam. And the explanation why. Affect hormones, it's inflammatory of the gut for many people. And here's one thing with it, like going full paleo, is if you've never done it before and you never like remove something from your diet, like who's ever gone like a month paleo and then tried to add something back and like I can't eat this?
I'm gluten free, so
Did you order that for the challenge?
no, but yeah, just like light.
Okay, I've learned that like I'm somewhat gluten intolerant. Like I don't like. So the first time I did a challenge, like for two months, I didn't eat gluten, and then when I had like a slice of pizza, I was like, giant red meat. Yeah, I was like, I feel horrible. Why did I do this to myself? But then like your body gets tied up. Same thing with like milk in my coffee. I've just gone black coffee because I added milk back into my diet. I was in the bathroom like in 5 minutes. I was just like, all right, I can't do this.
Natural laxative, right?
And that's cool with experimenting. So maybe take it out for a month and then reintroduce it, and you'll get a better idea of what it's doing to your body.
You do like almond or cashew?
Yeah. So like almond milk, cashew milk, the nut milks, they're good. Everyone milk and almond. But like those are all good things that like. Yeah, so that's something I did at work. I bought myself a can of almond milk and I hid it like in the extra fridge because it's expensive. It's like a $7 thing at home. Anything else? Okay.
So good.
It's all good. All right. So now I'm going to pull up. We got sheets and pens. I got some tape measures. But before we do that, let's just quickly review what the measurements look like. And that was just one thing I found out that we did a good job about that Thursday. No, you have to go into the site and put in your macros each day. But it's probably easier if you just visit the site once a day versus trying to like log it on there. It's crazy, like even like the watch. All right, so the chest is just under your breast /X as around the torso. Oh, waist is 1 centimeter above your navel, belly button. Hips, the widest part, that's your butt. Thighs, widest part. Arms, around the guns, all right? Should make sense, but people were like going crazy. It's like on Thursday, like remeasuring themselves. Like, if you're wearing like something super baggy, you're probably not gonna get a good measurement. And there's a scale on that. So you guys